So welcome today to Trauma Talks in the Kitchen. Yes, we are in my home in London and I've got fabulous guests today. We have got Megan and Hayley, who are from Misty Aromatherapy, and we've also got Rena joining us. And what we want to share with you today is from our hearts. It's love from our hearts and our expertise. And the girls are going to be talking about Misty Aromatherapy and explaining how oils can change our mood, how they can brighten our mood, how they can uplift our mood, and especially in Mental Health Awareness Month. This is a really important topic to how can we heal at home naturally. So I'm going to introduce now Megan and Hayley. This is fabulous what you're doing. Tell me a little bit, and the viewers at home, a little bit about Misty Aromatherapy.
Well, thank you. So Misty started, especially the name Misty, we wanted it to be sort of like an element, a sense of nature. So we thought the word mist and the sound it gives, like the feel it gives you when you listen to it, like moving gently through the air, just really like resonated with us.
Yeah. On to essential oils because I've been diagnosed with underactive thyroid, which leads to like depression, low mood, lack of sleep, fatigue. And I was keep having to go to the doctor who would prescribe you with loads of tablets which never worked. So it drew me into natural healing, which brought me into essential oils. So they're brilliant for your mood, your calmness, your aches and pains, for your fatigue, your foggy brain. So that's which drew me into essential oils.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I'm sure many of us can resonate with feeling like that. I suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, and I have chosen to go down the non-medication route, which is why I'm always looking for ways to help heal myself and to help heal others as well. So you've got some great things here on the table. What have we got here?
So these are our products. They're all handcrafted and they're all made with pure and natural essential oils. So that one you're holding there is our Breathe Air Mist that we just recently bought out. And then we've got our Dream Pillow Mist as well, which you spritz on your pillow before you go to sleep. And
into the air.
Yeah, into the air.
Oh, lovely.
And it helps you sleep at night.
This is the one I use. This is the one that I've got in a little roller bottle.
Yeah. So we've got the roller version of it, and we've also got the spritz. So whatever you prefer, and you can also use them together. They're a great combo together.
What can I smell in that one?
So that one's got more of a citrusy smell
That's
to it.
Beautiful.
And we've got our citruses in there, bergamot, lemon.
Breathe.
Yeah, so it uplifts you. So you can use that one like maybe in a workspace or day to day when you need that extra boost.
So you're a family-run business?
Yeah, so we're mum and daughter.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for bringing things today. So how, when you're using the oils, let's say for somebody like myself with post-traumatic stress disorder, so that how that looks to me is some days I can be okay, but there's not many of those days.
Yeah.
A lot of days it can look like sobbing for hours. It can look like disassociation. It can look like really struggling with communication with people, and I'm looking for ways to help with that mood. What would you be suggesting? What sort of blend would you be suggesting for somebody like me?
So it depends. If you're feeling anxious and you're having a bit of a down day where you are feeling a little bit overwhelmed and nervous, we'd say lavender is great. Lavender helps calm you, and that's why a lot of people use it at night time as well before you go to sleep to help you unwind. But then someone who may feel overwhelmed and you may suffer with like panic attacks and your breathing speeds up, frankincense is really good to help you feel grounded. A lot of people use that during meditation. And then if you need that extra boost throughout the day, we always go on about our citruses, so your lemon, your orange, your bergamot, to uplift you and give you that boost of energy which you may need. So it just depends. You can use them in all different ways. You can either put them into a diffuser and then just have it going.
I like that idea.
Having a diffuser. Just so it's in the room and always spreading.
My favourite's Breathe. I always keep it in my handbag. And if I ever feel a moment when I'm don't feel confident or anything, I just give it a little spritz. I love the smell, and it really uplifts me. And I just love that I can fit it in my handbag, and I've got it there. It's like my little safe.
That's it.
My little safety
That's
bottle.
it. Something that you could share, because I know I'm also in the menopause as well.
I think I'm definitely perimenopause.
So is there a particular ingredient that would help with that foggy headedness in
I
the
like
menopause?
the citrus again, like lemon, peppermint, bergamot. They're uplifting. It gives you like a kind of a relief, because it makes me very forgetful when I've got that foggy brain, I call it.
Who are you? Where am I?
And then
I'm in the kitchen.
I do bring it into a routine. I like to do it every day, like routine. I'm very a routine person. So if I incorporate that into my routine every day, I just know it's like my safety net, this spray. And then as soon as I get that foggy feeling, I just use the lemon or the peppermint or the bergamot, and I feel a lot better. It could be a mind thing, but myself, I know I'm good with it.
And what's the best way for people to use it then? So with the sprays, would you spray in your face, or is that something that you spray in the air, or on your pillow, or
both? Either spray it into the environment, or you can spray on your face, especially the breathe. I like to put that one on my face, because then you can really inhale it. And then the dream pillow mist I like to put on my pillow. But then you've got the roller blends as well, where you can put them on your pulse points, on your wrists, behind your ears, your neck. So they can be used in all different ways.
In hair. In hair.
Well, everyone knows now about rosemary and putting that in your hair for.
No, tell us. Not everybody does. I don't know.
So personally, me on hair wash days, I would put a bit of rosemary oil in my hair, like in the morning, and then just tie it up, slick it back, probably like today.
That with me, I've learned something new about rosemary, which I will definitely be using. So what have we got here, and how are we going to make a little oil for ourselves today? Could you show us your workshops? Because this is incredible that we're going to have this opportunity now to make one of your oils. So how do we do that?
Okay, so we're going to create an oil that's personal to you both and your scent. So essential oils work by stimulating the olfactory system, which is our sense of smell, and that links directly with the part of the brain, the limbic system, that's responsible for emotions, memory and behaviour. So when you smell essential oils and inhale them, you can change your thought patterns and the way you feel, because you can train the brain into thinking a certain way. Because, for example, if you use oils of a night time to help you sleep, if you start using them more regularly, your brain will get used to the routine of, that's that smell of the lavender or the sandalwood, and now we're going to calm down and relax and get ready for bed, because it's sort of like training the brain into certain routines. So with essential oils, when you make your own blend, we follow this pyramid.
Okay,
so
glasses back on.
Let's have a look.
Let's see.
So essential oils are, you have your top notes, your middle notes and your base notes.
Yes.
And then you have, so your top notes are your first impression. So when you walk into a room and you tend to smell someone's perfume, like when I got here today, we was like, you smell lovely. We would have picked up on your top notes. That would be the first impression when you walk in somewhere. Then you have your middle note, which is the heart of the blend. The top note, so the middle notes are like your rose geranium, your lavender, sage, your ylang-ylang, clove. And then you've got your base notes. So these ones are more long lasting, more earthy, woody, your ouds. And they're more like sandalwood, amber, patchouli. So some people aren't as keen on the base notes because they can be a lot stronger. Personally, I like them because I like long-lasting smells. So if you turn over the leaflet, on the other side they're separated into 4 different categories. You've got your florals, your citruses, your earthy and your woody smells, and your herbs. Which
one would be for trauma recovery? Which essential oils could help with that?
So what we say is it's like personal to you. So we say when you smell something, what makes you feel good, and then you've got your ones that can like help you calm, like your ylang-ylang can calm you down, or you can use peppermint that can clear your mind and bring more clarity and help you focus, because peppermint is a stimulant. However, what we say is when you smell the essential oil, we like to incorporate it into routine so that when you smell it, you automatically feel a sense of calm and you feel like you're in your safe space. So for women who have experienced trauma, it's like if you're having a moment where you do feel overwhelmed, if you use your essential oil, whether you're going to put it on your pulse points or spray it, and then it just gives you that safe space so it can make you feel more grounded and bring you back to a stable mood.
So for our viewers at home, maybe obviously that they wouldn't have all of this in front of them.
No.
How would they be able to, where would they be able to go to maybe have a smell of a few different aromatherapy or essential oils in order to work out what they liked? How would they?
So I guess there's shops and stuff in London as well. That
or nationwide.
Yeah, nationwide, yeah, we're going big.
You don't just need to come to London for your essential oils.
Yeah, and then you can smell them. I know I personally went down Notting Hill.
Yes.
They've got a shop in there and you can go and smell different essential oils.
Very nice.
But yeah, but our oils that we make, they're all made with a certain intention. So we've got our dreams to help you sleep at night. We've got our mind, which it will help you focus while you're working. We've got our boost to give you that boost throughout the day and uplift you. So maybe you could start with a certain thing that you feel like you're lacking or that you need support on.
Okay,
then,
so if they're lacking in sleep, if you're, because when you're in trauma recovery, obviously you're going to go through different stages. So for instance, if it was that stage where you're unable to sleep because you're in flight or fight mode, and that you can become very hyper vigilant.
Yeah.
So that would be the dream one that you would choose, the roller or the pillow spray. Yeah. And then if you were feeling a bit foggy headed, it would be
you can use mind to help clear the mind and help you focus a little bit more. That's got the peppermint in, so that's like the stimulant.
So it's the citruses and the stimulants that are basically going to help when you're feeling more anxiety.
So anxiety would say more ylang ylang, lavender, like more of your florals to help you feel a little bit more calm, and then the citruses more uplift you and give you that boost.
Okay. Yeah. So what we will do in the description, we will write all of these down for our viewers at home so they can easily see which one is going to be best for them. And we'll put some links to your website.
Yeah, and I can also send over like a list of what each oil does and its benefits as well, so you can put that in the description as well.
Thank you. Yeah. That would be really beneficial. Thank you so much. Right, let's get on with making some oils.
Yeah. So you can have a little.
So great, so how do we begin with making one of the Misty oils?
So we're going to follow our pyramid.
Yes.
And in total you're going to use 12 drops of essential oils.
Okay.
So you could do 4 from the top note, 4 middle note and 4 base. But it's entirely up to you because like I mentioned earlier, some people aren't too keen on the base notes because they're a little bit stronger. But just in total you're going to have 12 drops. So what you can do is you can take some time to experiment with the oils and you just put a drop onto the testers, and then I like to gather them together and then just like wave them like that so you can try different
that's yin yang
mixes.
Is it yin yang?
Ylang ylang.
Oh, okay. That's it. Okay.
And then you can.
That's why we need an expert.
Yeah. And then you can just. So you can just put a drop onto there, and then you can use your pen as well to write on the tester note so you can remember which is which.
Not yin yang.
Yeah. And then there. Yeah. So you can just do one drop onto one of these of. Which one are you trying?
So I've got lavender.
Lavender.
And just trying to figure out where in the pyramid lavender is. That is a middle note.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the heart of the blend.
Yes.
That one brings balance into the blend.
Perfect.
And then so you can just do one or two drops on there, and then you can just write on there lavender so you remember which is which and not get them mixed up. And then once you try a few different oils, then you can put the tested notes together and then give them a wave and smell them. So then you can see which combos work best together and which you like, because it's down to you at the end of the day and your smell and your preference.
Frankincense.
Yes.
What did you say that was good for again?
So frankincense is good to help with that's to steady your breathing. So if you're ever feeling a little bit overwhelmed, and sometimes I notice myself if I'm feeling a bit anxious, I start breathing a little faster. If you smell frankincense, it can really ground you, slow down the breathing, and people use that during meditation as well.
Okay.
It's quite a religious essential oil as well.
It's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
And that's the
so good.
Yang
and that's
yang.
also good for the skin, isn't it?
Yeah.
Frankincense.
Yeah, frankincense is really good
too. Yes.
It's got lots of anti-aging properties. So
I
you
need
put that
it
on for your wrinkles.
I need it in my
fine
life.
lines. So yeah, in our glow,
I
we've
love
got
ylang ylang, one of my favorites. This is
yeah.
I wanted to smell my
Yes.
lavender.
Oh, that's
I really wanted a
gorgeous.
top note.
That
I'm trying to
smells
find the top
like
note.
a
grapefruit.
real lavender. You know, sometimes you can smell lavenders and they don't smell real.
Yeah.
I agree. It smells like, you know, the proper lavender plant that you find somewhere in the France
That's it. That's it.
field.
And it's different. It's different. Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yes, so refreshing and beautiful.
And lavender is good for the calming.
Yeah, calming you, helps with anxiety.
What have you
Right,
got
this
there?
one I've got is grapefruit, so
So grapefruit's great for uplifting, so if you ever need that extra boost throughout the day.
yes. When we need that extra bit of energy
Yeah.
and we want to feel more revitalized.
Oh, I like that one a lot. That
Me
is
too.
instantly you feel refreshed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your scents are so authentic
Yeah.
because I'm quite sensitive to smell. So
Yeah.
you know the certain brand of candles out there I cannot use. I
Yeah.
won't mention the names.
Yeah.
Because they can feel a bit sickly,
Yeah.
and that's when it's artificial. So
Yeah.
you are using
All pure and natural essential oils, so there's no added artificial things in there.
you can tell the difference.
Yeah.
You really
Yeah,
can.
and like you say, with your candles, that's when they've got like the paraffins and stuff in if they ever do make you feel a little bit sick. So it's always
explain with the candles for people that
Yeah.
don't know.
yeah. So when you do feel a little bit sick, that's when you have got the artificials in there.
Okay.
So a good candle, if you're ever looking for a beeswax, is really good because that's 100% natural as well. If you get pure natural beeswax, so if you ever want a good candle, try and get a beeswax based one, so that will help with the sickness.
Okay, and we can use these in diffusers as well.
Yeah, so you could
So what sort of diffuser? How would that look?
So you could either put them into a diffuser with your
is
sticks
gorgeous.
and have those on the
Actually.
side.
Sorry,
Or-
we're getting sorry. I'm into the oils. Sorry, repeat that for me, Tammy.
Yeah, so you can, you know, like your typical diffuser, you put them into the sticks, or you've got the, what's the word I'm looking for? What you use at home, the burner. Yeah, you got your burner, and you can burn.
We're throwing it out to the audience.
Yeah.
Throwing it out there. Shout back to us. How should we use a diffuser?
Yeah. And then it mists.
And how long do we leave it on for, right?
Oh, that's a very good question. How long would we leave the diffuser on in order to feel better?
Well, sometimes I like to put it on for maybe half an hour to an hour just to clear the air and let it roam around a little bit.
Yeah.
The aroma. But essential oils are really strong, so you should never put essential oils directly onto your skin. You should always use a carry oil, which we're going to do here.
Okay.
So yeah, always use a carry oil when you're putting essential oils on, and also if you're pregnant or on medication, you should always speak to a doctor as well before using essential
Very
oils.
good to know. Thank you for sharing
And in
that.
diffuser as well, do you use like a carrier oil and then you add your drops, or do you just directly?
So yes, it should always be diluted, because you don't want it to be too strong, because you don't want any sort of rashes or anything like that, or any
absolutely.
reactions.
Tell us about bergamot.
So yes, a bergamot is very uplifting. It's another citrus, and if you ever need that extra boost again, I always say throughout the day, that's really good for that. So we've got that in our
very
boost blend
uplifting.
as well.
So how many
Again, top notes.
are we meant to have in
So-
each one? 12.
So 12 drops in total. So I usually like to take an oil from the top note, middle and the base, and then you get a full rounded blend.
Yeah.
However, if you're not keen on a certain note, you can do more from another note. But in total, you need 12 drops. So you
I think
can
I've got one from everyone. I'm so
Let me have a
excited.
little smell of
So
yours.
from the grounding, I've got frankincense, which
Nice.
is particularly good for the meditation and the prayer and the grounding. Then
That is
I've
very nice.
chosen from the middle rose geranium.
Nice.
And how does that help us?
So rose is it's like the heart of the blend. So that's good for balance. It's good for hormonal balance. So yeah, you've got a good one there.
That's me. That's me.
It's
and
really good for your skin as well, rose as well.
Definitely for me. Definitely. This oil's got my name all over.
Yeah.
This is the Abbey oil.
It's nice.
So now from the top one, did I choose one from the top as well?
Yeah, bergamot.
Bergamot. There we
Yeah.
go.
Beautiful.
There we go. And what have you chosen?
Lovely.
Right, so I think for my base, I've chosen the patchouli. This is so gorgeous. I think this is my favourite. It's so beautiful.
That is
It's
beautiful.
just
I might
so
add
earthy
that.
and full of aroma. So nice. And then I think as my middle note, I've chosen lavender. lavender. You can never go wrong with lavender. It's just so healing and relaxing and just, puts you in that really peaceful state. And then as my top note, I think I may have chosen grapefruit. So this is just like very vitalizing and uplifting.
I like all yours as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to add a bit of yours into all of mine. There we go. There we go.
And we've just got ylang here if we just want to break the rules and have some ylang in there.
So now
Why not?
this is now called the
Why
Abbey
not?
and Rena oil.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us today, and know that we are all on this healing recovery together. And I'd just like to thank Megan and Rena for such a wonderful experience today with Misty Aromatherapy oils. We are going to put all of Misty's information in the description, and just have a beautiful day. You are loved more than you know. Take care now.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Take care.